Hey there, Regina Andler here with part 9 of Pieces of Me. Pieces of Me is a 12-part video series set up to basically give you a sneak preview into my 10-week Finding Me program. Today, we're going to talk about the emotional scale and how energy affects everything. Now, there's a little backstory on this. Little unknown fact for people who don't know me well is I'm kind of a closet science geek. Now, way back when I first started learning about attraction and how things worked, actually one of the very first books I ever read was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He in turn talked about Wallace Wattles, who had The Science of Getting Rich. It was all about how your thoughts help create your reality. Then I, peeked into The Secret and learned more about how the law of attraction was working. And just like most folks, I said, well, that sounds like a little bit of woo-woo to me. You may have done the same thing. In the process, though, of thinking about it, knowing things like from Think and Grow Rich and Wallace Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich, I actually started thinking, there's something more to this. And so I started digging a little deeper. That scientific mind of mine wanted to know more. This started me into my closet hobby of researching quantum physics. Now, what is quantum physics? Quantum physics is all about how everything is pure energy and how pure energy interacts, how energy works. You have the laws of energy. A body in motion stays in motion, all these different things. Now, for our purposes, and we talk about the emotional scale of where you're at, where is your mindset at? There's actually an emotional scale, there's actually a vibration scale that helps you in determining not only where you are, but gives you a little preview of where you might want to be. Now, there's a lot of different scales out there. I'm going to actually refer to one of the vibrational scales, and it's by a guy named David Hawkins. Now, David Hawkins did a lot of research on scales. There's also a really good one out there by Esther Hicks, the Abraham Hicks. Ask and It Is Given is a book, and there's a scale in there as well. They're pretty much the same, a little bit different. It depends on where they're getting at in the vibration scale. So, what is this energy? What is this emotional scale? Everything is energy. This is where the quantum physics-y piece comes in. So a little piece of that. What does that mean? Now, if you remember your seventh grade science class, you learned that everything is energy, and you broke down the atoms and the nucleus, and you broke down way down. We never really broke way down to what that pure energy is, though. What happens when you get to that very, you can't go any further down? That's the pure energy. That's what quantum physics is all about. And it talks about how that vibrates. Everything is energy. My voice coming through this transmission is energy. The picture that you see of my face is energy. How you perceive what I look like, what I sound like, is all based upon the frequency and vibration of your ears, your eyes, how they perceive everything that's going on right now. Energy is in everything. It's all around us, no matter what it is. It could be this mirror in this bag. The bag is energy. Just because it's solid doesn't make it mean that it's not vibrating, it's not moving. So, what does that mean to mindset? From a mindset standpoint, your thoughts are energy. So back to that Napoleon Hill Think and Grow Rich, that's what he was getting at. This is not new stuff. None of this is new stuff. It didn't come out with The Secret. It didn't come out in the 80s with the revelation of, all this positive thinking and all these things going on. This has been around for millennia. Confucius and Aristotle, if you look at some of their quotes, they're referring to how thoughts are things, how they're energy. Thoughts are energy. When they say the things, it's energy. And your energy directly attracts, that law of attraction, like energy attracts like energy. So, what is the scale all about? The scale is a frequency scale. And what I mean by that is there's literally numbers on the scale. You can be at a low frequency and you can be at a very high frequency. Now, have you ever heard somebody say, oh man, you're giving me bad vibes, or, oh wow, really good vibrations coming out of you? That's the energy. People feel it, people talk about it all the time. They just don't relate it to a scale. Now, right in the center of the Hawkins scale, you have neutrality. You have it basically, you're not quite positive, you're not negative, you're just neutral. Down at the bottom is all that negative stuff. Up at the top is all that positive stuff. Our goal in our mindset is to stay from our neutral and as far into the positive as we can get. That's what we want to attract. We want to attract what's up here. Because again, like attracts like. Energy, pure energy, it's just like a magnet. You will attract to you where you are. So if you're way down here, that's what you're going to attract. Now, I'll post underneath this video one of the scales that I use when I'm chatting with people about it. And at the very bottom of that scale, we start with shame way down the bottom. And that's like running at a 20 frequency. I'll put some numbers to this. And then you kind of start moving up, and there's guilt, and there's apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride. And then around the 150, around the 200 point, around the 200 point, you get to courage. Courage is right below neutrality. Courage is that level of empowerment where you're starting to break out of that negative, become neutral, and start moving ahead. You have the courage to move forward. Now, after neutrality, what comes after that? What's in that positive side of the range? Well, there's willingness. It's your willingness to actually think outside the box, get out of your comfort zone, to actually think that, wow, there could be more there that I'm looking for. I don't have to be miserable all the time. I don't have to be angry all the time. I don't have to feel guilty all the time. There's something better that's out there. You start getting that willingness to explore and see what new things might be out there. After willingness comes acceptance. Now, what do I mean by acceptance? That's where you start transforming. Acceptance is a great spot to be in. Acceptance is that spot where you start taking 100% control over your life. You become 100% responsible for you. You become the creator of your life. Acceptance is a great place to be. And then there's reason that is just above that, and that's around the 400 mark. And now reason is all about that knowledge and education and your rationale and your intelligence. It's you're learning more. So you've accepted that you're creating, and now you're building upon that creation. Now, one of the places where most of us who have studied this kind of information for quite some time, this is kind of where we like to hang out. It's where we hang out most of the time. And that is at the 500 spot. At 500 hertz, 500 frequency, that's where love resides. Now, I'm not talking about couple kind of love. I'm talking about love of self, understanding, love of self, love of others. You're working from the heart. You're no longer in it for self. You take care of yourself. You're also out there taking care of everybody else. It's all about the love. It's all about that good stuff going on. And right above love, at 540, we have joy. Now, joy is basically, you have a noticeable effect on others. You are out there, you are making a difference. You are changing people's life when you get to this point. You are at this point where you get it. They come to you. You're attracting people to you who are actually trying to get out of that lower part and trying to get back, trying to get up here. They're flocking to you like a moth to a flame because they say, I want to be like her or him, whatever it is. You start attracting those people to you. You have a noticeable effect on others around you. Now, at the very top of the scale, we get to the 600 and we have peace. Now, what does peace mean? Peace it can be, a challenging thing for a lot of people. Those of us who practice a lot of this, maybe meditation, I do active meditation, you're constantly in a state of working on positivity. Even on those bad days, you recognize the things that are going on and the negative stuff that's going on, and you rise above it. You rise in the vibration, you bring yourself up. That's where you start finding some peace. Now, in true peace, that's kind of the transcendence area. Now, they say not too many people hit true peace. And the level above that is the 700 to 1000 frequency, which is enlightenment. Now, that is powerful inspiration. We're talking about like the Buddha and all of these people who are these, totally enlightened individuals that they just get it and nothing touches them. Nothing bad, nothing negative. They don't have negativity in their life ever. They have reached a state where all they attract is enlightenment. So that's the scale. It goes from shame down at the bottom all the way up to enlightenment. And where we like to hang out, and most people want to get to a certain spot, is that neutrality into that joy area. Now, we all strive for the peace, right? We all look for that peace. We want to keep those good vibrations going. Good vibrations. A little Beach Boys here. And we want to stay as positive as we can. So, about the emotional vibration scale. How do we use it? It's a tool. It's a tool for you to use so that you realize where you are. When you understand the scale and you see the scale, and as I said, I'm going to put a picture of one of the scales that I use right under this video post. When you understand that scale, you can see where you are. Maybe you woke up and it's not such a good day. You're feeling a little depressed. Maybe something happened and you're a little angry. When you look at that scale, you say, you know what? I really don't want to hang out down here, because the law of attraction, the law of energy, from a scientific standpoint, states that what you focus on, you get more of. Why is that? Because like attracts like. Now, I'd say it's like a magnet. A lot of people say, yeah, it's like a magnet, but have you ever tried to put two magnets together? And depending on how you're putting the magnet together, if it's the right side, it clicks right together. If it's not the right side, it actually pushes apart. So we're not going to use a magnet for our example here. We're just going to say that as you attract, you want to keep attracting more positive into your life. How do you do that? You keep your vibration up. Now here's a little Benny of keeping your vibration up. In this 500 and up range, so in that love to enlightenment range, when you're in that range, in a high frequency body, when your energy is vibrating at a high frequency, remember I said everything is energy, every little cell, every little thing in your body, pure energy. There's no way to even describe what pure energy looks like. It's so minute. But everything is pure energy. When you keep that high, disease cannot exist in a high frequency, high vibration environment. It can't. Disease is negative. Disease is down in that lower level. Disease cannot exist up here in the high level. So it's an extra Benny of keeping yourself up there, right? So that's what I have for part 9 of Pieces of Me. We go into a little bit more detail, a lot more detail, in the Finding Me program. The Finding Me program is the 10-week program where we go into great detail about all of the pieces that you need to put together to create your best life. If you'd like more information on the program, you can email me at regina@autumnascent.com. And you can also find the information on the Finding Me page at www.lifeofmydreamsnow.com. I'll post that in the comments below as well. Thanks for joining us for part 9. We have 3 more parts coming at you. Stay tuned for part 10, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.